Welcome to Wine Library TV. I am your host, Gary Vaynerchuk. And this, my friends, is the Thunder Show, aka the internet's most passionate wine program. And I have a feeling, Christopher and Vaniacs, that I'm not going to have to change the board all year. 15-1. That's how I'm feeling. Huge win. Went up to Buffalo, Joe G Country, and made it happen. Blew them out of the stadium, Mott. It wasn't even as close as 38-14. And I don't know if people want to rewind back to last week. I did say Giants. Did I say 17-16?
I think that's what you said.
So I was right about the Giants part. The G-Men. Mott, I take full credit for your Giants victory yesterday.
Very much.
And who do you guys play this upcoming week?
We go down to Houston.
Houston. That's going to be a tough game. I'm going to go Giants 24, Houston Texans 22. Big road upset victory for your G-Men. And the New York Jets will be hosting the Minnesota Vikings. I will save that for next week because I will tape the show right before I head to the Meadowlands for that Monday night. But I'm leaning towards the green, if you want to know. Touche, a big-time Vaniac down in the D.C. area, called me out, said, you know what, you haven't done Cote-Rotie in a long time. Why don't you step up, sucker? So that's what I'm going to do. We've got 3 phenomenal bottles of wine in front of me, at least on paper. We're about to find out if they're phenomenal. Cote-Rotie is a wonderful part of the Rhone Valley, one of the oldest regions in the world. About 150 hectares in land around the Rhone River. Gigal is probably the producer that most brought attention to this, specifically when they started doing the Lalas, La Lodine, and La Moline, and some of those high-end wines. Predominantly Syrah-based wines, but you're allowed up to 20% Viognier, which is a white wine grape varietal. So, really great wines. All 3 are 100% Syrah that we're doing today. 2 from the same producer, different vineyards. We'll get into that in a second. And I'm downright excited about doing Cote-Rotie. This next Monday night, I'll be at the Meadowlands for the Jets-Vikings game, but it's the first night of our super tasting. I wanted to give a big shout-out to super tasting. If you're in the New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut metro area, next Monday, a week from today, and Tuesday, big tasting. Mott, please link up the super tastings. Wanted to give them a shout-out. So that's about it. Hope everybody's doing well. Mott, did you watch the game last night?
Yes, I did.
And how'd that go?
It was nerve-wracking.
It was like 3-0 into the third quarter, right?
It was close enough that the Giants could still screw it up.
Yeah. Well, they didn't.
No.
Rene Rostang, one of the really great producers of Cote-Rotie. This is the 2004 vintage Cote-Rotie, 100% Syrah, $60 and 1,500 cases produced of this wine. Rostang makes some great wines. I've always been a big fan of their single vineyards as well. Really high-end, really sought after. As you can see, not the darkest colored wines in the world. Kind of almost like Pinot Noir coloring, almost like Barolo coloring, Nebbiolo kind of coloring on this Syrah. So not the kind of Syrah coloring you see out of places like Australia or even parts of California. Big-ass glass, sniffy sniff. Wow. Smell this, Mott. So, I had a great weekend. I was in Tahoe. We had a big wine event and tech conference out there. Funky, huh?
Yeah.
Funky. So it was great to see a bunch of you out there for that. And then Jets just dominated Buffalo, Mott. I mean, did you watch any of it?
I watched like some of the first half and a little of the third.
Did you see the third quarter where they scored 21 points in like 5 seconds?
No, I came in.
That was
and
the
it was
plan.
it was 38.
7, and you were like, this game's over.
It was done.
You said Gary's happy.
Actually, my wife said Gary's gonna be happy.
That's awesome. All right, so really funky nose, vegetal, stinky, earthy, funky, very green, basil, fennel kind of thing going on in the nose. Spruce, pine cone, greenish, herbaceous, and a little bit of red fruit. But a very funky nose. Let's give it a whirl. Really sour cherries coming through. Medium-bodied wine. Chalky. very green. Wow. Really green. And, I mean, I like green. You know, but this is just almost too herbaceous and green even for my own palate. And you guys know I like Loire Valley Cab Franc. I can deal with this style all the time, but this is kind of off balance and slightly too aggressive for me. I'm going to score this wine 87 points. Bad start to a very expensive category and wines that I enjoy quite a bit, but I'm just not feeling this wine. It's a little disjointed. I don't like the way it finishes, and just not my cup of tea. So I'm going to give it a pass with 3 Z's. P-A-Z-Z-Z. Just give it a little bit of rinse. The U.S. lost the Ryder Cup today, Mott. How does that make you feel? Care less? No big deal? All right. The Social Network, the top movie this week. You going to go see that?
Yes.
Yeah? No?
No.
Are you going to rent it?
No.
You will never see it.
Probably not.
Fair enough.
I still haven't seen Avatar yet.
Nor have I. Francois Villard, 2007, Cote-Rotie, La Galette Blanc, single vineyard. 93 points, Ian Doran. Ian Doran, our own Ian Doran, scored this, I guess, on the website. $60 US. Let's see what Ian brings to the table. If you have never seen an episode with Ian Doran, I highly recommend it. He is a character. We should bring him back. We need to get him going.
Well, we might see him today.
What's that? No. Yes. No, but I mean as like a guest.
Oh, yeah.
Ian. Wow, this is spicy. So, should mention, big week of guests coming up this week. So please leave your comments of how I don't stand by my word and I'm a jerk and I've got more guests. But baller. So get ready for it. You're going to enjoy it. Really excited about who's going to be here, including Wine and Spirits, top 100 wines of the year. So get real ready. Like real ready. So this is extremely minerality meets black pepper and in a very good way. This smells like a crushed rock salad. You know, you get a crushed rock salad and the waiter comes over and says, "Would you like some pepper on that?" And say, "For sure." You know, lots of black pepper coming through. Beautiful black fruit, little chalkiness, but the black pepper is completely unbashful and aggressive. A little venison gaminess on the back end and the nose, on the tail end. Let's give it a whirl. Far more appealing than the last wine. Good structure, nice mouthful, dark black flavors, blackberry, black cherry. I enjoy the black pepper. There's a whole lot of black up in here. Really aggressive tannins, bitter, yet not too bitter where you really kind of get turned off by the wine. And really there's an ebb and flow on the finish here. I like the transition from the mid palate to the finish. Give it one more shot. Inky too. Good wine. I'm going to score this wine 91 plus points. I'm going to go a little bit lower than Ian because I think the tannins are still aggressive enough on a second taste that it's going to throw some people off. This is really a wine that needs 5 to 10 more years of cellaring. Really well made, good structure, good balance. Maybe I'm even being a little tough. I'm going to go 92 points. I think it's a very well-made wine that you would really enjoy with a big steak. This is not your pushover wine. This is not Wimp City. This is not like, these are not this. This is like the big guy. I mean, this is a big boy that is not bashful and really brings it. And really, if you want to really discover the true essence of Cote-Rotie, this is really a textbook style. The pepper really coming through. I really do believe a lot of people would enjoy this. Really a wine that I think it does need a good 10 years and does need a good piece of meat to go along with. This is caveman wine. I feel like, you know, after I tasted this wine, I feel like I want to drag Lizzie by the hair and like club a moose with a big club and eat it. I mean, it's just really, there's something primal about this wine. Let's move on. Francois Villard, La Brocard, 2007, Cote-Rotie. This wine is $100 US and 100% Syrah. So very expensive wine, 100 bones. So you can imagine, definitely not the least expensive wine that I've ever heard of. So you're dropping a Benji Benjamin Franklin on this, so let's hope this rocks. Let's give it a sniffy sniff. Reminds me a lot of the last wine. You've got that signature black fruit and pepper flavor on the nose. Ma, can you give me another glass, please? Maybe that Jets glass right there to celebrate the tremendous Jets victory. Thanks, bud. Very, very similar noses. I would say that this Brocard has just a little bit more density and a little bit more aggressiveness on the nose. You can't help but think fish oil either. The saltiness from the minerality. Again, back to I say this a lot. I think of fish when I think of saltiness. There's a little seaweed kind of thing going on. I get that. Let's give it a whirl. This is incredible. Wow. So let's start with, this is one of the best wines I've had on Wine Library TV in a long time. This is just incredible. Excuse me for a sec. Explodes with focus. Dark, dark, dark fruit flavors. Great mid-palate. My God. This wine just catches the mid-palate and doesn't let go. It's like, get off my tongue, you damn wine. But you can't. It just continues to attack with this dark chocolate, beautiful blueberry jam flavor, great subtle kind of, potpourri. Like, it's a little floral. I wouldn't go with potpourri like the way I use it. Kind of a paprika, by the way. A little of that as well. A little, like, violet. Man, this is pretty. One more shot. There's a smoothness factor here that is not here. There's a length factor here that is not here. There's a balance factor here that is not here. And we're talking about a 92-point wine. This is phenomenal juice. It's a hundo. Do I have a hundo bucks? The real question is, yeah, I got some 20s here. The real question is it worth this? That's the question, right? At the end of the day, is this worth this? And I'm going to say this is greater than this. This right here is greater than $100 that it costs for this wine. And for that, that's impressive because you guys know I like to really pick fights about price points. This is a spectacular bottle of Cote-Rotie, great length. I would definitely pair this with, Chateaubriand, like just a big, venison, big meats, a big steak, 42, 42-ounce ribeye, like big man's meals. But it would also probably go really well with some more delicate dishes, given its structure. I'm going to score this wine 96 plus points. I think it is fantastic. A wine that I would definitely put in the cellar away for 20 plus years. So I would tell you that if you have a special occasion in 2007, an anniversary, a child born, maybe the year you started your business, something that really matters from 2007, this is the kind of wine you want to put away, because if you put it in a 55-degree temperature-controlled environment, it will last for 30 to 40 years, but probably be dynamite over the next 15 to 25. I love it. I'm very, very impressed with this wine, and a great, great way to end a show about a place that is so small, 150 hectares, and so powerful, and making some serious wines. And I hope you have the opportunity to discover Cote-Rotie in your wine drinking journey. Question of the day: we brought up movies. What's the best movie you saw this summer? You. Oh, and by the way, you could have rented it and went Old World. With a little bit of me, we're changing the wine world.